The Galactic Council had grown comfortable in humanity's absence. For 3 millennia, the void where Earth's transmissions once crackled with defiant chatter had remained blessedly quiet. The other species, the crystalline Zephyrians, the gas giant-dwelling nomads, the machine hybrid synthetics, had all but forgotten the bipedal mammals who once screamed their existence across every frequency they could find. Ambassador Kethavar of the Zephyrian Dominion was reviewing trade agreements when the first signal arrived. It started as laughter, not the harmonious tones of Zephyrian crystal song, nor the subsonic rumbles of nomad communication. This was raw, organic, chaotic, distinctly impossibly human. The sound rippled through subspace like a stone thrown into still water, reaching monitoring stations across 17 systems simultaneously. Impossible, Kethavar whispered, his crystalline form resonating with disbelief. Run a spectral analysis. Check for anomalies, corrupted data streams, anything. But the technicians found nothing. The laughter was real, broadcast on the old human emergency frequencies that had been silent since the Great Collapse. And it was getting stronger. Within hours, the laughter multiplied. Dozens of voices, then hundreds, then thousands, all distinctly human, all broadcasting from the direction of what was once called Sol System. The sound carried an infectious quality that unsettled every species that heard it. It spoke of survival against impossible odds, of hope renewed after endless darkness. The Zephyrian fleet commander, Veltar, materialized in the council chambers through quantum projection. Council members, he announced, his voice cutting through crystal and gas and metal alike. We have a situation. Long-range scouts report massive energy signatures from the Sol system. Artificial structures, cities, ships. That's impossible, rumbled Gorth of the Nomads, his massive gaseous form undulating with concern. We've monitored that system for millennia. It's been dead, radiation-scarred, uninhabitable. Not anymore, Veltar replied grimly. And there's more. They're not hiding. They're celebrating. The celebration, as it turned out, was humanity's emergence from the deepest bunkers and underwater cities where they had hidden for 3,000 years. While the galaxy had written them off as extinct, humans had done what humans did best. They had endured, adapted, and thrived in impossible conditions. They had also remembered every species that had abandoned them to die. Captain Sarah Chen of the UES Vindication stood on the bridge of humanity's first starship to break atmosphere in 3 millennia. Around her, the crew worked with the quiet efficiency of a people who had spent generations preparing for this moment. Ma'am, reported Lieutenant Torres from sensors, we're receiving hails on all frequencies. The Galactic Council wants to negotiate. Chen's laugh was sharp as broken glass. After 3,000 years of silence, they want to talk? How thoughtful. She turned to her weapons officer. Mr. Petrov, status on the Prometheus array? All systems green, Captain. The weapon platforms are responding perfectly. 3,000 years of angry human engineering, ready for deployment. The Prometheus array was humanity's gift to the galaxy, a network of automated weapons, platforms that had been quietly seeded throughout known space. During the early years of their isolation, powered by quantum batteries and cloaked by technology that made them invisible to every known sensor array, they had waited patiently for the day humanity would return to claim their place among the stars. That day had arrived. Open a channel, Chen commanded. All frequencies. Let's remind the galaxy what human voices sound like. Her transmission cut across every communication network in known space, interrupting trade negotiations, military briefings, and diplomatic ceremonies alike. Greetings, citizens of the galaxy, she began, her voice carrying the weight of 3,000 years of abandoned graves. This is Captain Sarah Chen of the United Earth Starfleet. We bring word from humanity, the species you left to die when the radiation storms came, when our sun flickered, when our world burned. Across the galaxy, beings froze in their various forms of terror. We want to thank you, Chen continued, her tone conversational, almost friendly. Your abandonment taught us valuable lessons about self-reliance, about who we could truly depend on, about the importance of being prepared. The first Prometheus platform revealed itself near the Zephyrian home system, its massive form materializing like a predator dropping its camouflage. Then another appeared near the Nomad gas refineries. Then dozens more, positioned with surgical precision near every major population center, trade route, and military installation in the galaxy. "We've spent 3,000 years building these little gifts," Chen said. "We call them the Prometheus Array, humanity's insurance policy against another abandonment. They're quite sophisticated, adaptive AI, planet-cracking firepower, completely autonomous once activated." The silence that followed was deafening. "Now," Chen's voice took on a harder edge, "we're not unreasonable. We understand that mistakes were made, that perhaps our calls for aid were simply overlooked. These things happen, so we're prepared to be generous. The Prometheus Array will remain in standby mode, and we'll consider rejoining galactic civilization under some new terms. The terms, when they came, were simple. Humanity would claim representation proportional to their contribution to galactic defense, which was now approximately 100%. Trade routes would be renegotiated. Reparations would be discussed. And most importantly, no species would ever again have the luxury of writing off humanity as extinct. Ambassador Kethvar found himself signing treaties that would have been unthinkable a day before. Around him, the other council members did the same, their various forms of distress translating across species barriers with perfect clarity. "One more thing," Captain Chen added as the negotiations concluded. "In case anyone was wondering, that laughter you've been hearing across subspace? That's not celebration. That's the sound of 3,000 years of human children being born in bunkers, being told stories about the stars their grandparents visited, dreaming of the day they'd see those stars again." She paused, letting the weight of that revelation settle across the galaxy. "They're laughing because we kept our promise to them. We're back, and this time we're staying." The transmission ended with the sound of human laughter echoing across the stars, no longer the desperate cry of an abandoned species, but the confident voice of a people who had learned to thrive in darkness and were now ready to reclaim the light. The galaxy would never again make the mistake of underestimating humanity's capacity for survival, or their talent for revenge served cold.